Saints stave off Panthers push in frantic wild-card finish. New Orleans' Drew Brees put on a performance for the ages. And the aging. A week shy of his 39th birthday and back in the playoffs for the first time in 4 years, Drew Brees was the guiding force in extending the New Orleans Saints season for at least one more week with a 31-26 victory over the Carolina Panthers. He threw 2 touchdowns in the first half, including an 80-yarder to Ted Ginn Jr. that was the Saints' longest play of the year, and finished the first 2 periods with a near-perfect passer rating of 151.4. It was the best QB rating in the first half of a playoff game since Kurt Warner in the 2008 NFC Championship Game. Brees threw an interception on 4th and 2 late in the fourth quarter, but Carolina was unable to score on its final possession to take the lead, as the defense sacked Cam Newton on 4th and 23. Brees finished with 376 yards on 23 of 33 passing. The Saints will play Minnesota next Sunday in the divisional round. The special relationship between Brees and the city of New Orleans is now the stuff of lore, unlike anything seen in the NFL, really. A cast-off from San Diego who arrived right before Hurricane Katrina, Brees embraced the recovery effort and the Saints' crucial role in it. In the franchise's first year back in New Orleans, Brees led the Saints to their first playoff appearance in 6 years. 3 years later, he led them to a Super Bowl. But the team has seen massive turnover since last making the playoffs in 2013, and many wondered if the last few years of a Hall of Fame career were being wasted. But Brees, just as he had when he arrived, could see there was something better to come. Even when the Saints started 0-2 for the 4th consecutive season, Brees insisted this team was different. "We knew that, man, we were just that close. So much closer than I think most people give us credit for," Brees said earlier this week. "And you just needed the validation of going out there and getting the first W." The Saints got that first W against Carolina, the first of 2 regular season victories over their NFC South rivals, and then reeled off 7 more. Brees has played at his usual, impeccable level. But the Saints also surrounded him with the best offense he's had since the Super Bowl core was disbanded. Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara are the most effective running back tandem in the league, and Kamara is also one of New Orleans' better receivers. Michael Thomas is a big-time playmaker. If you missed it, Google his stutter step that broke Shaq Thompson's ankles for a first down that set up Brees' 9-yard TD pass to Josh Hill. As if all that wasn't enough, the Saints went out and got Ginn, the same Ginn who'd been killing the NFC South with Carolina the last 2 years. Surround Brees with that kind of depth, versatility and talent and, well, it's just not a fair fight. As the Panthers know all too well, having now lost all 3 meetings with New Orleans this season. New Orleans started slow, with Brees going 1 of 4 as the Saints were forced to punt on their first 2 possessions. But a no-call on Vernon Butler's late shove of Brees on the first play of the 3rd possession seemed to spark the Saints. On the next play, Brees uncorked the 80-yard pass to Ginn, who caught the ball in front of James Bradberry and then turned on the Jets, outracing Kurt Coleman into the end zone. In addition to being the Saints' longest play of the season, it was the longest allowed by the Panthers this year. Follow Nancy Armour on Twitter @NRARMOR. Photos, Best of NFL Wild Card Games.